Why the unfaithful will never leave their lover. Having an unfaithful at home is like having a bomb with a time limit where the worst can happen at any time. Why does not leave the mistress? Difficult issue this of infidelity, and from which we cannot detach either because we suffer at home or know of a case of someone very close. What happens to the unfaithful and why doesn't he leave the mistress? Here we tell you. Focus on the unfaithful as an individual with their affections and defects, and therefore as a being that feels. Could there be the idea that he is in love with both? We provide you with a series of factors why a man does not leave his lover. 3. This number is elementary in a story of infidelity, the wife who accepts it, the unfaithful who does not care to harm anyone, and the lover who is said to be the goddess and at the same time a witch of this trio. Here are some reasons why the unfaithful does not leave the lover. 1. Adrenaline. An unfaithful who dares to have two women at the same time causes him to raise his ego, and that the chance of being discovered at any moment excites him. 2. Challenge and not betrayal. Although it is clear that it is a betrayal, it is damaging the wife and the whole family. An unfaithful only concentrates on carrying that secret, which is costing him a challenge, keeping both happy, or fighting with one to justify and go into the arms of the other. 3. The unconditional. One of the things that unfaithful men say most of their lovers is that they do not question them, they do not claim, and by the contrary, they are always ready to assist them. What do I gain by hearing the screams of my wife? I better go with my lover. Instead of screams we make love. 4. They like the forbidden. They love taking as a challenge a forbidden action, is like putting yourself to the test every day and where there is only one judge, himself. That raises his self-esteem as an alpha male. Forbidden love is a strong motive in the case of unfaithful men. 5. They do not leave either of the two. If the lover and the wife know that the man is an unfaithful, this is a concern less for the man, until one of the two wants to stop, but if by the same competition they fight over him, then the unfaithful leaves neither of them, let them fight themselves. It is a macho attitude, misogynist and cruel. This avoids the whole process that involves a separation, divorce, and agreements before the judge. 6. For not hurting. They do not leave the lover because they say they do not want to make her suffer. Yes. Even if you do not believe it, there are men who say they are very happy with their lovers, and who do not leave them because they do not want to see her suffer. 7. By sacrifice. They argue that they prefer to live in their home with their wives and children rather than go with the mistress, first because they do not want to see their children and their wife suffer. I am suffering a lot because I love my lover, but I cannot leave my wife because of my children. Seriously? Each couple is a different case. It is better to speak the truth, and face all that involves being unfaithful so that the people, in this case, the wives, have the opportunity to decide if they divorce or like to live like that. That in any of the cases the decision is respected. To learn more couple relationship tips, download my books free by clicking the book image on the right or the link in the description below, and please subscribe to this channel, share this video and visit my online store. All I need is love.